Men just want one thing. You know what that is? No, it's not what you think, and we'll get to that in this video. Take a look at this story. This is in the New York Post, and there's a girl, and I cropped her picture here. She's in a swimsuit, so it's a little bit more sexy, but I didn't want to get too sexy for YouTube. I don't know what their policy is, but she looks like a really hot babe. Her name is Mila Sofia. She lives in Helsinki, Finland, just like Tina Vik. I love Finland. The Finnish girls, I mean, so pretty. And she's on TikTok, and she's an influencer. That's what all these girls do now. They're an influencer. That's their job. The girls used to have jobs like being a waitress, a telephone operator, a nurse. Now they're influencers, which as near as I can figure out is show their tits for money. But that's what they do. So this you would think is nothing new, although she's extremely good looking. But the twist on this is she's not real. It's AI. This is just an AI creation. So some guys, they created this AI creation. She has a Twitter account, even though she's not a real girl, and an OnlyFans and an Instagram. And all these guys are like, oh, I love you, Sophia, Mila. And they respond to her like, looking good today, Miss Sophia. I'm like, she's not even real. It's a bot. But these guys are just so desperate. It's so sad. And it's not healthy for society. Elon Musk commented on this tweet that the New York Post put out with this story, saying you're going to see more of this, and you will. This is part of a late-stage empire when you don't have a healthy environment where men and women get together and they have babies. Because as pretty as Mila Sofia is, and she's a hot babe, 10 out of 10, I would rate her, she's not going to have any children because she's not real. So you can't have any children with her. So what's the point? Why do guys gravitate towards this? And you can say, well, it's pornography. Yeah, we've always had pornography, and pornography is to masturbate to. And we've always had prostitution, the world's oldest profession. But in both those cases, it's just about sex, right? So when you're looking up some hot babe on like Sears.com in the lingerie, you're not thinking that she really loves you, right? You're just you're doing a fantasy. And so it's just sexual release. Or if you go to a prostitute, I never had to do this sort of thing, but I guess some guys do. I don't think you are imagining the girl really likes you. It seems disgusting to me to have to pay to have someone have sex with you, but some guys do that. But this is a new category. This is guys are paying OnlyFans, these girls, more than just to get naked pictures of them. And originally with OnlyFans, if you would have asked me, is this model going to work? I would say, no, this is stupid. How can OnlyFans work? Because pornography is free on the internet. I don't know, I've never seen any, but I think it's out there and it's free. So why would you want to pay one girl when you can see all these girls naked? Why do you just want to pay this one girl? Well, the key is you get more than just seeing her naked. Part of the experience is she pretends to like you. You get pretend companionship, where I guess if you comment, she will comment back. And if you pay at a certain tier, she will Skype with you and pretend to like you. I don't know. I've never been on OnlyFans, but I heard that's what it's like. And so these men, they really don't desire sex so much. That's not the first thing. As I started this video, what they desire to have a pretty woman adore them and really respect them. This is something that men crave. Someone that they can talk to like throughout the day and text and like a friend. Because if you look at what a woman brings to a relationship is, number one, and historically, it was about a family. In fact, years ago with arranged marriages, it wasn't so much you liked her or you found her pretty. She was someone that can continue the family line. And, you know, you did your duty and had your kids. That was the number one reason. Obviously, AI can't do that function. The second thing is sex. And of course, without being in a relationship, you can have sex, I guess, in prostitution or in pornography, imaginary sex, which is not as good, but in some ways it's easier. You don't have to worry about STDs or get someone pregnant. So that's become very popular. But I think the big one is companionship. Just to have someone of the opposite sex that that adores you, or at least seems to adore you, this is something I think guys really crave. They want this feeling that a woman will like text them or talk to them. And that's really rare. A lot of guys can't get that. Yeah, you can buy sex, but it's hard to buy this experience of a woman that pretends to like you. Now, OnlyFans, see, they're tapping into that. And then the fourth reason to have a woman is as a helpmate. But, to help you move a couch or whatever, or share expenses. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you could get a roommate for that. So it's really the key thing is companionship. So what OnlyFans is selling is a little bit of sex, but a pretty girl that is pretending to like you. That is real. It's like catnip to a guy. And these people have understand now with AI is they can actually generate a fake girl that pretends to like you just as well. In fact, probably better, because AI, it never gets cranky. It can learn. AI is pretty good. I've downloaded some AIs just to test it, and it's not 100%, but it's pretty close to like talking to a real human. So you could talk about your boring subject about Star Trek or something like that, and your little AI girl's not going to be bitchy or tune you out. She's really going to listen. Now you could say, yeah, but it's all fake and it's not real. And someone said, oh, well, it's deceptive what they're doing here with this AI girl. Yeah, but so's OnlyFans. OnlyFans is a really deceptive thing. It's a girl pretending to like you when they're just doing it for money. And it's dangerous. And I'll tell you why it's dangerous. Because men have always, as long as I can remember anyway, had to take the initiative to try to get a girl. And to doing so, if you're a guy, you know this, you're putting yourself up for a rejection. Now, if you're a real famous guy and stuff, sometimes you don't have this situation. Girls will come to you. Like if you're a famous celebrity, you don't have to worry about that. But most guys, they have to approach. And even if you're handsome and maybe you have money, there's still a good chance you're going to be rejected. And that, that doesn't feel good. Whereas women in general, they don't have that active rejection where they have to go up to a guy and the guy rejects them. They get kind of passive rejection when guys just don't notice them. But guys, they have that, and that takes a little bit of courage. And then a variation of that was in the Barbie movie with Ken, is you could get friend zoned. So you're trying to be friendly with a girl to try to be her friend, and hopefully it'll lead to something more. And you're giving her money, buying her stuff, and she acts like your friend, but she will never let you develop anything more than that. And then men get really bitter and resentful about that. So that's not a healthy thing. But why? It's a thing that men have to go through. They have to overcome their fears. But now, because you have pornography, so men can look at very pretty women, prettier women than like 99% of the women out there in the real world. You can look at women like this AI figure that's, she's in the top 1% in looks. And you get someone that gives you a pretend relationship. And so if you can get these two satisfied, so you have a pretty girl that pretends to like you, it meets that need. Now, is it real? No, it's not really real. But in many ways, it tricks the brain into thinking it's real. That's why when you look at like pornography, you can get sexually excited, because your brain, part of your brain, your higher level functioning knows it's not, there's not a girl there, right? You're not looking at, it's a picture of a real girl, but she's not there with you. But the more primitive aspect of your brain doesn't understand that. It thinks it's really real, and you could be in a sexual situation, so your body responds. And so it kind of works. In the same way, this OnlyFans or this AI girl that's pretending to like you, sending you texts, saying she just finds you so fascinating, it can trick your brain into getting the feeling very similar of having a real girlfriend, except without all the headaches and maintenance and nagging and all that bullshit. It's just everything is sunshine and daisies with a pretend girlfriend. And so a lot of guys, they will just take the easy route and say, hey, I don't want to deal with women. They're just too much trouble. There's too much risk. All these sexual assault allegations, sexual harassment. And hey, if I get married to one, they take half my money, and they can be real bitchy, and they can dictate what I have to do with my life. Instead, I will get a pretend girlfriend. And my pretend girlfriend's actually prettier, and she's actually nicer. Yes, she's pretend, but it's a trade-off. And this is why it's really dangerous in our society. And one of the reasons I think birth rates are plummeting. So it is an issue and it's something we're going to have to watch. But I do predict that AI is going to be very popular and will replace most OnlyFans prostitutes. And let's face it, if you're on OnlyFans, you're a prostitute. You can try to say you're an influencer, but you're a prostitute. And they're going to replace real women with AI because AI can do the same thing. And you can say, yeah, but AI is fake. Yeah, but these women that are pretending to like you, they're just as fake. I mean, they may be real women, but they're just as deceptive, if not more deceptive, than an AI. So I could see that really taking off. It's not healthy for society. In a healthy society, this sort of thing would be banned, including pornography. But that's not going to happen. We're going to continue down the drain as we get weirder and weirder stuff, and that's what will happen in our sexual degeneracy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'm getting back to doing my daily videos. I'm doing something a little bit different. I did a video yesterday about Snow White, that movie that's coming out. And that was for my Gumroad supporters and people that subscribe to me on Twitter and Substack. So you have some options, and I'm going to do like every other day. One day I'll do it public for everyone. Another day I want to do a special thank you to the people that subscribe to me in these services. It's a way to help me out, and I do appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.